Good morning, students. Mr. Showman, Mrs. Wallach here. Today we are going to continue what we started yesterday, which is lesson 35. We started yesterday on page 222 and we did problems 1 through 15. Today our goal is to get through 16 through 30, and that actually starts on page 224. So a couple quick things. Guys, like I said yesterday, please have your book open and follow along as I read the problems, then you'll know what we're doing. And also please use a piece of notebook paper, and please work your problems out neatly so that you can see what you're doing and that I can also see what you're doing. The first thing I'd like you to do is make sure you're labeling your paper like a middle schooler. So Mrs. Wallach is going to demonstrate here. Always put your first and your last name up in the upper right hand corner of your paper, and also please put your assignment that you're working on so you and the teacher know what you're doing. So that's page 224, and we are going to do problems 16 through 30. Okay, guys, it may seem like I'm talking fast on this video, and that's because the bigger the videos and the longer the videos are, the longer it takes for them to upload. So remember, you can pause this at any time, or you can replay any of it if you missed what I said, okay? So let's get started. We're going to do number 16. Number 16 is a word problem, and it's kind of interesting because they say draw a rectangle that is 3 centimeters long and 3 centimeters wide, but if you use 3 centimeters and 3 centimeters, we would normally call that a square, but that fits into the rectangle category as well. So that's 3 centimeters long, 3 centimeters wide. And guys, we are going to give you an example, but you're going to have to do the actual problem. So I'm going to show you an example if we are going to divide this into 1/2. So Ms. Wallach is going to demonstrate if we shaded 1/2 of this square, she would draw a dotted line down through the middle, dividing it into 2 pieces, and we are shading 1 out of 2 pieces, 1/2. Guys, that is not the answer. You're going to have to do 2/3. So you're going to have to divide your rectangle into 3 pieces, and hopefully you shade 2/3 of that. Guys, you know how to do number 17, so I'm not going to show you how to do that one. They show you that you need to line up your decimals when you're subtracting, and then you just do normal subtraction. Guys, if you want to check these with a calculator, you can check your work. I am going to help you set up 18. Ms. Wallach is going to write that on the board. In the book, it says 489 plus Z equals 766. Okay, so in a problem like this, we have to try to figure out what Z is. So we know one addend, we don't know the other addend, but we do know the total. So I hope you're thinking in your head, oh, I could take the total. We'll start with that, and we'll write this right beside our original problem. Start with our total, which is 766. And try to think how we would find that other answer. We're going to use subtraction. So Ms. Wallach is going to set that up for us with our line across. And hopefully you're thinking to yourself, oh, I could use the first addend. I could subtract that to get its partner. So you're going to subtract 489. All right, I'm going to leave it there and let you finish that up. Guys, I think you can do 19 as well, but we will take a look at number 20. Number 20 is the same type of a problem. It's C plus 294, C plus 294.
Sorry.
Equals 870. All right, this is the same type of problem that we have still up on the board over there at 18. So look over at 18. What operation did we use to find the other addend or the missing addend? Well, we use the opposite of addition, which is subtraction. So hopefully on the side there you can write a subtraction problem and use the total again, 870. And you're going to be subtracting, and I will let you figure out what you need to subtract to find C. Use problem 18 to help you. Okay? All right. We are going to erase here. Guys, you can do 21 on your own. We will look at number 22. Remember, guys, you can pause this video at any time and you can replay it to help you. I'm just helping you set up a few of these problems. Number 22, the problem is 670 minus Z, and that equals 352. Okay, let's think about this problem. So we're taking a total and then we are subtracting something and we have 352 left over. So it's kind of like the problems we were working on before. If we turn this into an addition problem, we would think about it this way. We would start with 352 and we would have to add something to 352 to get 670. Okay, that should look familiar to you because we've just solved a couple problems that have looked like that. So let's go ahead and put the Z in that one as well. So all we've done, guys, is we've taken the total 352, we've added Z, and we've got a total of 670. So we've just rewritten the problem to think about it a little easier. We just solved one like this. We're going to use subtraction now to solve this. We're going to take the total, 670, and we are going to subtract one of the addends, which is 352. And that will give us 352's partner or the other addend. So you will need to finish that problem and write the answer. 23. I think you guys can do this one. We gave you an example yesterday. Actually, we'll give you another example on this one. This is number 23. It says use digits to write this number, 250 million. I'm going to change that though, Miss Wallach. I want you to try to write 340 million. 300. So we're going to start with a 300. 300.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sorry, you're right. I did say 40 million. That's my fault, Miss Wallach. So, Miss Wallach, you tell me your thought process. If I said 340 million, what would you be thinking to yourself?
Well, I'd start with 340.
Okay, let's do that. I almost messed Mrs. Wallach up there. She had the right answer. Now she's going to put in, what are you thinking now, Mrs. Wallach?
I have to think how many zeros are in a million.
Okay.
So,
Well, what if we added 3? What would we have then?
well, that looks like 340,000.
Oh, yeah, we need 340 million. Guys, this was just the lesson that we had this week before you left, talking about the millions. So remember, you're separating your 3 place values with commas, and that is the number of commas and the number of zeros for 340 million. That's all you need to do for problem number 3, but don't use this answer. You're writing 250 million. Okay, you're writing 250 million. Let's move on to 24. Guys, actually, I think you can do 24 on your own. You're just writing the next numbers in the sequence. It's just a counting sequence there. I think you can do that. So let's look at 25. We'll set 25 up for you. We've worked a lot this year on rounding already, so remember my strategy that I taught you. If we're going to round 77 to the nearest 10, we're going to round 77 to the nearest 10, the first thing you should do is underline where you are rounding it to. So Miss Wallach, could you underline the tens place? There we go. So that's where we're rounding it to, guys. Then you need to look next door. I suggest that you circle that number. And you ask yourself an important question. Do you say, is that a big number? Big numbers are 5 or up, and a small number is below 5. If it's a big number, you round up. So if you're thinking about this, guys, our choices are either, is this closer to 70 or is this closer to 80? Since we've circled that 7, we hopefully know that it's probably going to round up. So you can answer that question for yourselves. But we will help you with B. Right underneath that, Ms. Wallach, you can leave that 77 there. This is going to be problem B. Yep, that was problem A. And we're going to take 682, which is a dollar amount, 682. We're going to add our dollar sign there. And it says to round to the nearest dollar. So, Ms. Wallach, if I said to round to the nearest dollar, what would you underline?
I think the 6, Mr. Sherman.
Good. And I would look next door, use the same strategy, give that a circle. So guys, your choices here are, is this, if you're rounding to the nearest dollar, think about this, your choices are either $6 or $7. So you have to look at that number you circled, decide, are you going to round up or are you going to keep it the same? All right, please round A and B